Welcome to Kim's Keto Kitchen, where I make delicious keto recipes that you can make easily in your own kitchen. So today, as promised, I'm going to use that second head of cauliflower, and I'm going to create my own Alfredo sauce that I plan to put over meatballs today for today's dinner. So let me readjust the camera and set it up because most of my work is going to be on the stove today. So I'll be right back. Okay, so we're back. And now what I've done is I have boiled this like I did yesterday until it's fork tender. And if you don't know how to do that, you can watch yesterday's video or the video right before this one to show you the technique. So what I'm going to do next is use my immersion blender, and I'm going to blend this up even more so than I did yesterday. If you don't have an immersion blender, you can use a regular blender of any kind or a Cuisinart. I just like to have as few things to clean as possible. So I just use this. It's so easy. And I got it off of Amazon for about 15, 20 bucks, so it's well worth it. I use this immersion blender for soups and anything I need to ground up. Sometimes for a stew, I'll take it and and then make my vegetables tender by sauteing them, and then I'll blend it up so that it thickens the soup. Speaking of thickening, this cauliflower is going to thicken our Alfredo sauce, so you don't have to use any thickeners that may have carbs, such as flour or cornstarch or anything else you might use in a regular Alfredo sauce. So there you go. You want it pretty smooth. And we will be grinding it up again once we start adding our ingredients. So the first thing I'm going to do is start by adding a little bit of cream. Now, I'm not going to measure this because every time I do this, it's a different amount. I kind of eyeball it now. So I'm going to add as needed. So I'm going to put probably a couple tablespoons of cream in there to loosen it up, make it more of a sauce. Then I'm going to use sour cream, and I'm going to use about maybe the same amount, a couple tablespoons of sour cream. It'll give it a nice tangy taste and keep it white like we want it. And then I'm going to add some grated Parmesan. I mean, I've used the stuff in the jar as well. There's, it's so much better though to have the fresh and spend the few extra dollars on it. So I'm going to probably put about 3 tablespoons in that because I won't be adding any salt. I'm going to rely on that and my mozzarella cheese. I love that gooey, stringy texture it gives it. So let's see, let me eyeball this. Probably about a 1/4 cup of that and a 1/4 cup of Parm cheese too. And I'm going to put, you can put whole garlic. I'm just going to put granulated garlic in mine. And I'm going to use just about a tablespoon of butter to make it rich. And now I think that's all I want to put in there. Let's just see what happens here, how it looks. We may need to loosen it up. It's looking like it probably needs to be loosened a little bit more. It looks more like mashed cauliflower right now. So I'm definitely going to need some more cream. I think instead of cream, I may use some almond milk to loosen it up because it's going to need quite a bit. So let me get some almond milk. The one I have is vanilla unsweetened and it's perfectly fine. This is the one I use because I use so much of it. I use it in my coffee and recipes. Probably just added about a 1/4 cup more. Let's see how that goes. Really has a great texture. Let me see, I think we're going to need a little more. So right now I think we're probably up to about 3/4 of a cup of almond milk. Like I said, you have to keep using it and adding. All right, let's add some more. All right, so now we're probably up to about a cup. Okay, I'm going to use a spoon now and see if I can get that to work in there a little better, because it's pretty well, yeah, it's starting to look like an Alfredo sauce now. So let me give that a taste and see if I can add any seasoning to that. Now it's a little thinner than the mashed potatoes or the cauliflower mash that I made yesterday, because you want it to be, but you want it to be thick enough to be a sauce. So let me taste that. It's always easier to add liquid than to have to take it out. So I always start on the low end with any liquid in any recipe. Let's see. I think it needs a little more Parmesan cheese. It needs a little more bite. Let's add a little more, probably another quarter cup. Mix that up. Now it's probably thickened it a bit, so guess what? We need to add a little bit more of the almond milk. So that's about a cup and a half to 2 cups of almond milk. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Better to add than have to take away. Like I said, oh, that's a nice consistency now. Let me take a clean spoon and try that again. Oh, that's it. That's it. You know what I might add to that too? Is a dash of nutmeg. So I have some whole nutmeg so that we can have kind of it gives it kind of a nutty taste, just a tad. This is whole nutmeg that I'm using. Did you know the outside of a nutmeg is actually the spice mace, which is another underused spice. But there you go. Just a tad. You don't need that much, but any white sauce, add a little nutmeg, and it will give it a nice little nutty back of your tongue taste. So there you have it. So tonight I'm going to take those meatballs that I'm going to put together, that I have in my refrigerator, and I will just put this sauce over the top. If I need to loosen it up some more after it's been sitting in the refrigerator, then I will just add some more almond milk. I hope that was helpful to you, and another easy way to use cauliflower a different way. So thanks for coming in to Kim's Keto Kitchen, and I will see you next week. Have a great day. Bye.